Are you involved with someone who you really feel you love and you care about, and who you've made a commitment to be monogamous with, only to find out that they are not keeping their end of the bargain? They may be on dating sites, flirting with people, meeting people, sleeping with other people, setting up situations where they go to parties and bars and all sorts of things. When they lie to you and tell you they're working late, or they're with their mother, or they're with their father, or a friend in the hospital, or any number of things, but your gut, your intuitive knowing realizes they're full of bull. And you're hurt, and you're discouraged, and you're angry, and you feel betrayed. And you know what? You have a right to feel all of that, because that's exactly what's been occurring. Hi, I'm Beverly Banor Brown. I'm an intuitive, and I'm also an intuitive life and relationship coach and a love mentor. Many of the people I've worked with, both male and female, straight and gay, all over the world really, are finding that and have found that they've wanted so much to trust. They've wanted so much to feel safe in believing that the person that they love or think they love, the person who talks about spending the rest of their lives together, building a family, a home, a future, has not been forthright with them. Betrayals hurt. Unfaithfulness creates pain. Sneaking around and lying about it creates suffering very often, not only in you, but also in the person that your mate or your prospective mate is cheating with. Because, once again, lying begets more hurt, begets more sense of betrayal, and reclaiming your trust and your feeling of being able to discern what is true from what is illusion can be called into question. So, if you are involved with someone, as so many of my clients have been, who is cheating on you, who is unfaithful, for whom monogamy is just a word that they've promised, it may even have been their idea for you to become exclusive with one another, please do not blame yourself. It's not most likely that you're not the greatest lover. It's not that you've lost your allure, you're as attractive as you ever were. It's not that you're not witty enough or smart enough or intellectually stimulating for him or her, as the case may be. It's something about the mechanics of their personality, their insecurity. In many cases, it's the power of the hunt, the power of the challenge to get more attention, to get more adulation, to get the battery charger supply if they're far along or fairly far along even on the narcissistic list of traits. They may, and this is a narcissistic trait, have some sense of entitlement. They may think, if it's a man, that women owe them, that they are allowed to live off of women in some parasitical way. Maybe they have a very bad job history. Maybe they often can't get along with their coworkers and they've gotten fired or laid off or whatever the excuse may be. And usually, as we know, when somebody lies about one aspect of their lives, they're going to lie about other aspects as well. If they've told you that they have this, that, and the other job history, and then you find out that they don't, you can be almost certain that they're going to lie in the area of fidelity as well. And about any other number of things, from money, from where they live, from the car they drive, whether they own it or not, whether the home they're living in is theirs or borrowed from someone else. The lies go on, and the problem with lying, aside from the fact that energetically it's wrong to begin with, is that lies beget more lies, beget more lies, until that sticky web of ugliness and disharmony and distruth just grow and grow exponentially. And the truth is, it only gets worse. So the old term, honesty is the best policy, came into the language as a cliche like so many other cliches because it happens to be a golden truth. I guess really the message I'm trying to convey most emphatically today is that many of my clients have blamed themselves so adamantly that it has done terrible damage to their self-esteem. It has eroded their sense of themselves as women or as men. It's made them feel, in some cases, like a trigger has happened where they just want to rescue this person, believing, mistakenly in most cases, that if they can just love them enough and be patient with them enough, their love is going to do what no other person's love has been able to do so far in this lifetime: heal all the old personality issues for that individual and be so nurturing and so loving that they are going to wake up one morning and say, why am I with this other person? I've already got the most amazing partner on the planet. Well, you may be the most amazing partner on the planet, but you may very well be involved with someone who's got so much armoring around their heart, be so emotionally unavailable, be so terrified of any real intimacy that they have to keep you at bay by always having at least one and sometimes a stable full of other people in ready reserve in case you leave them. One of their greatest fears is usually abandonment, and yet, ironically, they sabotage your likeliness of staying by doing things like cheating on you and lying to you. I know all of this sounds counterintuitive, and I know that one of their major gifts is usually being extraordinarily good lovers and very romantic, very Svengali-ish in the bedroom. The pillow talk is usually out of this world. Incredibly complimentary, incredibly poetic, incredibly seductive. And if you've fallen for it, please be gentle with yourself. Be kind and loving to yourself and give yourself another opportunity to look at the situation and ask the right questions. Let me share a few golden nuggets from my many years of working with people who are in these situations or who have survived them and have gone on to thrive because they've reclaimed their power for themselves instead of constantly giving it away to someone, and often it's been several someones, one rapidly followed by another, who are not emotionally equipped, not emotionally balanced and centered enough to receive the wonderful, loving, and nurturing, caring, and concern, joyfulness, and lightheartedness that they yearn to be able to share with them. Golden nugget number 1 for today. Ask the right questions. There's power in asking questions when you have a certain receptivity and willingness to really hear the answer from within. Ask yourself, have I been looking at this person wearing rose-colored glasses? What were the signs and the symptoms from day one that told me he wasn't going to be straight with me, he wasn't going to be faithful, he couldn't be trusted? And how can I, if I'm still wearing the glasses, take them off and put them away? Because the rose-colored glass approach does not work when you're dealing with dishonest people, wounded people. Golden nugget number 2 for today, that I share with you with tremendous respect for who you are, where you've been, what you've achieved, and what you will do in the future in your life once you get this settled. How much of my life force energy am I sacrificing in the name of this great love for someone who has cheated, someone who has shown by their actions that they are not people of integrity. How much, make a list please, of the good points have to be achieved or received only after I've jumped through hoops, tried endless love tests that in some cases they've told me in the moment I've passed, and in others have just led to more ridiculous love tests. Next golden nugget, how willing am I to look at what is it in me that has allowed me to attract a situation like this and stay in it as long as I have? How willing am I, next golden nugget, to make a change if or when I determine that this is not likely to improve? How willing am I to get coaching? How willing am I to ask this partner to get coaching with me or separately? If the partner is unwilling to do any kind of coaching, to take any kind of responsibility, to admit what has really been going on, if you are absolutely certain that that's what has been going on, the cheating, the lying, the misrepresenting, and all the rest that usually accompanies it, how willing are you to see that perhaps this person is not yet ready and may never be ready to have a monogamous, centered, stable, mutually loving, mutually committed, mutually joyful relationship with you? I know these are powerful questions, and I know that a lot of times people have a resistance to knowing the answers because it will cause them to have to change. So that really becomes another question. If you continue on this particular path with this particular person for another 6 months, another 10 months, another 5 or 10 years, what will be the quality of your life? How is this affecting your energy level, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, materially, and financially? How much life force energy do you have left over when you put this relationship aside to pursue your dreams and your other life purposes? I know this isn't always easy, and I know that sometimes it's very painful. Please remember, the other person's choices and behaviors are not your responsibility. Your responsibility, as I understand it, is for the choice that you're making to stay in it, to go, or to just keep looking the other way. In the privacy of your own life, you are the only person who can make this choice. I would suggest, however, knowing what I do about this situation from a professional perspective, and I offer these videos educationally. This is not to replace treatment. This is not to replace professional guidance and support. However, I am going to share an opinion with you, and that is the pattern of narcissistic behavior, energy vampire, drama king, drama queen, and overall crazy makers, is to lure you in. There's a brief honeymoon period that's absolutely filled with delight and wonder, ecstasy and bliss. And then they turn on you. They become super critical. They start to demean you, be sarcastic, make derogatory statements to you and about you to others, often in triangulated situations where they complain and complain, trying to get themselves other people lined up who'll give them sympathy and adulation for the battery charger supply, and then they discard you. And then they hoover you if they've lost the next source of supply, and it goes on in a downward spiral from there. Is this really what you want to participate in? And once again, I say to you, you're the only one who can answer the question. All right, then, until next time, I'm Beverly Banoff Brown. Please leave me a like if you've enjoyed any part of this, and if it's been useful to you, you're welcome to leave me a commentary below the YouTube screen, and you're more than welcome to, if you haven't already, join this beautiful growing community by subscribing to my channel, Beverly Banoff Brown, MS. Bye for now.